Hello, everyone. This is Dr. Mike Chua, physical therapist, certified dementia practitioner, and your alternative career coach. Welcome to our career healthcare podcast and show where we talk about different ways to find your alternative career and achieve both work and financial freedom. So visit our website, drmikechua.com or alternativehealthcarecareers.com for more information. Again, thank you for watching and listening. Welcome to our show. Be awesome, be great, be excellent, ACG. Have a great day and enjoy the show. Bye-bye. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are coming to you live. We are actually live now in our Alternative Careers group. Good evening, good evening, good evening. This is Mike Chua again, physical therapist, certified dementia practitioner. And yes, I am your alternative career coach. Tonight, we are trying to do a alternative career podcast and show. Tonight, we've got a special guest. His name is Berardinelli. He's a good friend of mine. He's just an awesome person. And he's here to teach us and talk to us about how he transitioned from being a PT clinic owner to a software developer or whatever you call that. And also to ask him about his software and stuff like that and where he at and where he's living right now, if he's still single or not. So again, if you're watching live, please comment live. We want to know if you are watching live. And if you are watching on the replay, please comment replay. We just want to know if you are here. So again, Ray, take over. Tell us where you're from, what do you do, and then just tell us who you are.
My name is Ray Beradinelli. I'm a huge fan of Mike Chua, the Facebook boss. I'm a physical therapist. I've been doing it for 18 years.
18 years? I wasn't even born 18 years ago.
Well played. So I've been a physical therapist for 18 years. I had my own private practice for over 15 years, which I just have subsequently sold. So my alternative career has now become my career. It's been a work in progress. Like right now, we're to seven years now since my start of this transition until I moved all the way into it, and now my software is all done. I had part of it done, but I didn't really have the full thing done, and it's taken a long time. It's been a lot of work, and I'll be perfectly honest, my life savings going into it.
Hey, I mean, right now, everybody's trying to get something from our life savings. I mean, right now, we're using that. So I totally understand you, man. Yeah. So from being a PT, 18 years, I see 11 people watching. Woo, 11 people.
Hey, guys.
So from being a PT, why did you transition to with what you're doing right now? I know being a PT is awesome. I mean, you know it, but why did you, that's my question. Why did you get out of the field? Not really get out, but, serving other people. There you go, because EMR, right?
I'm dead serious. Like that's why. So I had my own private practice, right? Everything's good. I'm making pretty good money. I found as I grew, the more I grew, the more demands that there were on me, the worse that it got, the more time I spent at home in my free time, not with my family, whom you might hear because we're home doing quarantine, but not with my family. But I would sit there, as my wife says, I was there, but I wasn't really present. I was on my computer typing away, spending an hour and a half, 2 hours every night minimum after working a 12-hour day. And then there I sat typing, and it got to be too much. I started to do the math on it. Figuring 40 hours a week over 13 years of using my EMR, I figured out I had spent over 3 years of my life on, figuring I'm working a 40-hour week, spent over 3 years of my life at home. doing documentation and doing emails and sequencing and trying to keep my business going. And if I let it slip, my business would suffer. And it got to be too much. It was just too much, and I couldn't take it. I knew something had to give. And, it all started out as a selfish thing. I wanted that time with my family back. And, the further I got into this, the more it became, I talked to other people who had lost more than me, people that had lost marriages, that, just gone through god awful stuff because they were spending so much time working. And I saw the problem, and we all had felt the problem. I just finally decided that I just wasn't going to accept the problem as part of the gig anymore. Like, it doesn't have to be that way. Why does it have to be that way? Who says it has to be that way? So then I just started working, and I've been working, like I said, for over 7 years now, and finally friggin' done. And, now the end result is, people can do an eval after they walk out of the room with the patient, and under 3 minutes, you're done.
No,
you're
wow.
done.
3 minutes, huh?
Yep. Under
Under 3 minutes.
Yep. Right now with our initial clocking, we're clocking people at just over 2 minutes and 50 seconds.
Oh, wow.
That's with being in the software about 2 months, 2.5 months before you get down to that time, because the software there's actually logic it learns from you. There's AI in the software. That's why we don't call ourselves an EMR, we're an AI MR, artificial intelligence medical record, because it's learning from you. It's learning your habits. It's pulling in all these data points and trying to predict what you want. Just like when you're on Amazon or on Google and you start typing something, it's like, do you mean this? You type the wrong thing, or people also search for, and it's like, hey, yeah, that's exactly what I'm looking for.
Wow.
And so the idea is bring that to physical therapy, bring that to our documentation.
So are you going to be like the Jeff Bezos of therapy now?
Yeah.
I just want to give a shout out to people who are watching and commenting. Russell, what's going on, Russell? Fellow SSHC guy. He says EMR sucks and save me from terrible EMR. So again, you know what? That's actually true. I mean, I've known Ray for a while now, but I've been doing home health, and gosh, home health documentation. If you can change that home health documentation, Ray, I'm going to love you. But I believe yours is for outpatient, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've heard that those starter cares are god awful in home health.
That's so true. Gosh. Well, I believe if you are doing outpatient, you can probably also penetrate some nursing home assisted living documentation, because they also do Medicare Part B, which what you're serving to, right?
Correct.
So,
That's primarily, we do, all the Medicare compliance, all that sort of stuff. We're primarily Part B. We don't do the home health, but eventually I'd like to do that too, because I understand it's even worse than what the outpatient people are dealing with, which seems impossible. Like that seems almost impossible to me, but maybe that's because I was in it, and I think that what I dealt with was worse than anybody could ever do. No, but we all kind of get that feeling when we're in the middle of something and it's crushing us, that it's god awful horrible, and I can't imagine anything any worse than it. But there's people out there that have it worse off, and it's just insane. None of us got it. True. Yeah, none of us got into this to do. Go ahead. Sorry.
Go ahead.
I was just saying, none of us got into this to do documentation. Nobody's like, you know what? I want to be a physical therapist, so I can do 2 hours worth of documentation a day or 3 hours worth of documentation. No, everybody got into this because they wanted to help people. Like, I want to work with people. I like working with people. I like figuring out what's wrong with people, helping them get their lives back. PTOT, whatever it is. That's why we got into this. And it seems to get lost, and it sucks the soul out of people. And now we end up with people, everybody and their brother wanting to get out, and it's just a shame. It's just a shame. And I don't want it to happen anymore. I want people to be able to do what they love and go home at the end of the day and spend time with their family. It's the
You know
only
what?
goal.
That is so true. That is so true. And I don't know. The other day, is it okay if I share it to you? Ray, share it to the group.
Share away.
The other day, we're all solution finders here. You know, we're both physical therapists, and 99.9% of our people in the group is therapists, and we are solution finders. You know, so when you're trying to look for an alternative career, be a solution finder to your current situation. So, for example, you're having a hard time looking for your next job. Be that guy that's actually finding solution for yourself. And when I called Ray the other day, was it yesterday or the other day?
I can't remember.
I
All
asked
the days
him,
are running together.
I asked him, hey, Ray, I have a problem with this telehealth. I'm trying to figure out how to call a patient and hand my tablet to this patient. And he gave me a solution to it. Simple as that. And he had a solution to that problem. And it wasn't a big fancy solution software or app. He just gave me an app that is already working. What's that? Google Meeting, Google Duo. And I said, yeah, duh. Why can I not use that simple app there or simple solution? And sometimes in life, that's the same thing with a career or in life. We are trying to make it complicated, just like EMRs. We're trying to make it complicated when in fact, the actual solution is right in front of us. I knew Google Duo. I know Family Link. I'm using Family Link to my kids, but I still had to call Ray. Hey, Ray, what should I use? And he said, well, why don't you try Google Duo and Google Meet? And that way that patient doesn't have to work around with your Zoom or whatever. I'm like, oh, well, duh. And sometimes, like what I said, like what Ray said, sometimes the solution is right in front of us and we are not actually looking at it. So there's a difference between looking and seeing. Start looking, start seeing. What's the difference, right? Start
Right.
looking and start looking at it, looking at that opportunity right in front of you.
Right. Yeah.
Rita is asking, did you do any additional formal education, Ray, to be a software developer?
No, I don't. Let me be clear. I don't develop software.
Okay.
I can do enough to get in trouble. That's it. And that's that, and I'm stretching. But yeah. So no, I'm the idea guy. I'm the fill in the gaps guy. Like if there's a gap somewhere, that is my gift. I can see the gap and I can say, this is how this gap should be bridged. Then what I did is I started writing out the screens and drawing all the screens out and writing, okay, this is where I want the button. This is where this should go. This is where this should go. This is where this should go. And I did the logical flow of it. The logic for programming is basically just logical flow. It's just a little bit different. It's in code. But as long as you can show somebody that code and show someone, not necessarily the code, as long as you can show somebody the logical flow and how it is supposed to work, they can make it happen. So you don't necessarily need to be a programmer to be able to do this. It's just, you need to see a problem. Like I think you and I talked about this before, but I'm just going to share it in case people didn't hear this, right? So it's this idea from Marcus Aurelius, and subsequently, I can't remember who it was. They did a book on it. It's called "The Obstacle Is the Way." This is an idea that came from Marcus Aurelius's meditations, right? He says the impediment to action itself brings about action. Hence, the obstacle in the way becomes the way, right? So if you see that problem, exactly what you were talking about, if you see that problem right in front of you, and you can figure out how to fix that problem. He also tells the story of there's a rock in the roadway and a king puts money underneath it. When they flip over the rock, there's all kinds of money under it because the thing that he did just didn't help him get his horse and his cart past the rock in the roadway that everybody else had gone around. It helped everybody behind him, right? So that's kind of the way that it works and how everything works. If you can figure out the solution to a problem and you can make it work, you have just laid the path for everybody else behind you to no longer deal with that problem. So if you find a huge problem that you hate, go to work fixing it. Don't complain about it. Go to work fixing the problem you see in front of you. It's not easy. Like it's not easy. If it was easy, everybody would do it. Everybody would be doing it. But like I said, it took me 7 years, but I committed to moving that rock. I said, no matter what it takes, that rock is not going to be there when I'm done. It's going to be moved. I don't care how long it takes. I don't care what it takes. That rock's going. So guys, if you're looking for an alternative career, find the problem. And you'll find the problem. You're incredibly passionate about the problem. The thing that is consuming your life, that is making things hard for you, that is, making things bad for you. If you can find that thing and you can set about fixing it, that's the path to a whole new life for you.
Oh, wow. That is very powerful. That is very powerful, Ray. Thank you for sharing that.
Well, it's Marcus Aurelius, so I can't take credit for it.
Well, we're going to take credit from Ray. But I don't know if you guys are listening. If you are watching and listening, if you're just listening, if you heard this word passion, type in passion on the chat box. But here's the thing. He mentioned about passion and finding that solution. So remember the 3 P's, ladies and gentlemen, 3 P's. It's just like a 3-legged stool. Okay, 3-legged stool. I'm not doing a dirty finger here. That's 3-legged stool. Three things. It's not going to stand up. If you take off one, it's going to fall. Take off the middle finger, that's dirty. It's going to fall forward, right? So 3 things. First is your passion. A lot of people make fun of me. Oh, Michael, I have passion. I have passion. But in order for you to have passion, you need to have the other P, the other 2 P's. Second is your purpose. And that's what Ray is talking about. You find that passion, find that purpose. Even though you have that passion and that purpose, and you don't have the 3rd P, you're still going to fall. You're gonna burn out. So the 3 P's are the passion, your purpose, and next is the profit. The profit will follow. You take off one, you take off the purpose, it's gonna fall. It's gonna be a dirty finger, So those 3 needs to come in, and that's what Ray is talking about. Find that passion, find that purpose, and your profit will follow. And I'm sure whatever Ray is doing right now, that's his passion, that's his purpose right now. And he mentioned about the people behind him, because he's found that solution to that. We'll be a trailblazer. Is that the word there, trailblazer? So that's what he's talking about: purpose, passion, and profit. And same thing with finding your career, finding your alternative career. Find that passion, guys. Find that passion, and everything will follow. Where can we actually reach out, Ray? I mean, how can they reach out to you? What's the name of your new company that you set up, and whatever you want to do? So,
well, so we're actually doing a launch party here in a week from tomorrow. We're going to do kind of like a live thing, kind of like unveiling the whole sort of thing, how it all works, so everybody can kind of get a glimpse of the overall idea of how we're going to grow a business, as well as put more people in your practice, as well as give you the time to see those people, so you're spending your time working with people instead of doing your paperwork. But yeah, so if you want to learn more about it, you can look at, there's a couple of websites. I have 2 softwares. So I have AETASapp.com, that is spelled AETASapp.com. And the other one is selfdocaimr.com. Again, selfdocaimr.com. And that's short for self-documenting artificial intelligence medical record, because that's what it is.
Oh gosh, sounds fancy, right? Sounds fancy. All right. So when is that webinar going to happen? Mm-hmm.
I'm going to do it at 8:00 next Thursday.
Next Thursday. Do you mind posting it here in our group? So if those people who are interested in that,
absolutely,
in that
absolutely,
app,
yeah.
are you gonna?
I'd be happy. Or if anybody wants to even just talk with me about, like maybe, I don't know, maybe you want to get into software. I'm here. I will share
Mhm.
everything that I'll basically try to follow your lead, just share everything that I can to try to help other people. Because, well, honestly, that's what it's all about, helping other people. That's why I do what I do, because I want to help other people. Yeah, and I'll definitely share the link. So if anybody's, if you're interested in seeing kind of the background, what this is going to do for you, how this is going to work, we're not going to get way far into the weeds. I'm not going to start talking to you about the algorithms and how all that, and all the stuff nobody really cares about. But
I don't even know how to spell that.
yeah. The beautiful thing is, right? So this is kind of what you were saying about the simple solution, right? So Google Meets and Google Duo, right? Looks like a simple solution. I promise you, that's not a simple solution. That there is a ton of programming and a ton of work on the back end of that thing that is so incredibly complex to make that thing work so simple. But that's what intelligent design does. It makes the complex thing so incredibly simple that you're like, well, of course, why hasn't this always done this?
You know what? That's funny. If they say if you make something complex simple, that's where the money is, right? If you make a simple thing complex, that's not making money. If you make something complex and make it simple, that's where the money is. So,
right.
And same thing with education. When we're teaching, earlier I mentioned it to you that I talked to Alzheimer's Association, and I talked about obviously Alzheimer's and dementia, and they'll be like, "Oh yeah, Michael, that makes sense. It's very simple. How do you explain it?" And I'm like, "Well, that's how." But if you be really too technical about it, they don't understand it. So, all right, Ray. Again, thank you very much for coming over. I appreciate you. Any last parting wisdom for us here in our alternative career group?
No, well, since it's your alternative career group, just that, find your problem and fix it, and then help other people fix the problem that you figured out how to fix. Like if you want an alternative career, if you want, don't pick an alternative career. Like, find a problem, fix it, and you'll find that that's your alternative career. Like, it was there all the time, just waiting for you to get up off your butt and say, hey, you know what? It's time for Ray or Mike or whoever to fix this problem. And it'll be the most rewarding thing you ever do in your life.
There you go. You know what? Speaking of fixing problem, I got to fix my hair. But speaking of fixing problem, guess what? The plumbers are very good at fixing problem, right? Plumbers. Who else? Are the electricians that comes in and fix our electricity, right? They're very good at fixing problem. What else? Even physicians. They're very good at fixing problems. You know what? Who else are really good at fixing problems? Therapists. We are very good at it. If we can just apply what we know and what we've learned as a therapist in our career hunting, starting up a business, or whatever you want to do, find that problem, identify that problem, and find that solution to it, and then bam, you'll find that alternative career. Again, thank you very much, Ray. I appreciate you.
Mike, thank you, man. I appreciate you,
brother. But before I let you go, ladies and gentlemen, always remember the word FAST, FAST, because you want to take action fast. You stop slowing down. You want to take action fast. Letter F, find friends that will push you to your next level, because you are the average of the 5 people you hang out with. Guess what? I'm hanging out with Ray right now. I know I'm awesome. I know I'm going to be awesome and great and excellent. What's the next letter, ladies and gentlemen? ACG, letter A. ATUS. No, ATUS. Letter A, you got to learn how to take action, ladies and gentlemen. Stop analyzing. Stop the analysis paralysis and start taking action. It doesn't have to be a big action. One small step at a time. Attend Ray's webinar. It's free. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
It's free webinar, and learning how to whatever he's doing. But it's a free. Take action on it. Letter S.
I'll send you the check for the A, and if you ask for self-doc, I'll send you another check too.
What's the next letter? Letter S. Self-documentation.ai. Letter S. Shoot for the moon, guys. Shoot for the moon, because if you keep shooting for the moon, you're gonna be eventually landing with the stars. You're going to fail, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to fail. I'm failing every day. Ray, I am assuming he's failed several times. Guess what? It doesn't matter how many times you failed or fallen or got rejected in your job application. Last week, just for the fun of it, I applied for a job online. I received an email. I was rejected. I'm like, oh, oh gosh. So you're going to fail. You're going to be rejected. You're going to fall. But it doesn't matter how many times you've fallen, guys. It's how many times you get up and do this all over again. And last but not the least, letter T. Letter T. Teach it. Because when you hear it, you forget. When you see it, you remember. But when you're actually teaching it, you're actually understanding it more. And this is what Ray is doing. He's teaching other people how to find freedom at home, how to learn a faster way to document. And that's his role here. So teach it, guys. Again, thank you very much. Any last parting words for us, Ray?
No, just thank you. Thank you to everyone for checking it out. And, again, thanks, man. You're awesome, Mike. Anything I can ever do for your brother, just say the word.
All right. Well, thank you very much for all those people who are watching. Again, thank you very much. I'm going to put this thing here. I'm just going to share our outro. And again, thank you, Ray. Appreciate you, brother. And I'm just going to play this and then... I hope you enjoyed the show. Check out our website at drmikechua.com or alternativehealthcarecareers.com for more information. Again, ACG, be awesome, be great, be excellent. Thank you, and hope to see you on our next episode. Goodbye.